So as I was talking about English, um, well, English is a widespread language. Everyone speaks English. I think every fourth person in the world speaks English. We have a total of 1.75 billion people speaking English in the whole world. But English has a very dark impact due to colonialism. And the European colonial period has, because there was a time when every European colony was competing to take control over the whole world. And fortunately, the Britishers and English people, they succeeded in doing that. And by the beginning of 20th century, when most of the British colonies were liberated, one thing that they could not leave is English. The impact was so strong that you and I are speaking English till now. And this is a brief introduction about how English started. The English, they were competing to expand their empires in Africa, Asia, America, Oceania. In fact, every continent that you can imagine in the world was at one point in time dominated by, controlled over by English. So I have a couple of questions as project. There's one project we are not teaching. I'm not teaching you um, today, or neither am I teaching you on Saturday. But this is a project. One was the World Earth Day yesterday, and I've uploaded that last night. I just could not control myself from not giving you something, something so big, something so important to you and I. And today, neither could I ignore the World Language Day. So these are a couple of questions that I would appreciate if you can attempt. I'll give you 10 days time, so which is on 1st of May. You have to submit it on 1st of May. You The project that I gave you last night was will be is due on 30th of April, so you have 9 days for that. Take your time and do it. One of the most important questions that everyone is talking about, it's a global discussion, is that everyone is trying to standardize English as a language. How would you feel? What is your opinion about that? Do you think we should standardize English in every country, every continent, every region? Yes, no, that is up to you. What you want to write? If yes, how? If no, why? Yeah. So this is the first question. The second question is that who do you speak English with? Do you speak with your friends? Do you speak with your family? Do you speak English all by yourself? So how do you communicate, and what is the I should say secret of your English? Yeah. So the word limit is 300 words for the first question, 300 words for the second question. You have to attempt any one question, not all. And the third question is importance of English as a language. What do you think? How do you think English is important as a language? This is also in 300 words. And the fourth question is, let me just rub it around. Fourth question is, write a poem or a phrase, anything in free writing. If you want to write something in free writing, you can do that. About English, you can do that. Perhaps 10th graders would be more interested to do something. Do not hesitate to expand your creative writing skills. We have Remember, and I'm repeating it, we do not come from an English speaking background, and we have adapted this beautiful language, and there is no other language which can give you the liberty to express yourself. Do not don't worry about the grammar part. Don't worry about anything. Just write your heart out. I want to see how you can write. I'm not focusing on marking you, but I want to see your attempt. And in fact, when we are talking about English, people speak in English not to correct themselves in terms of grammar. There are people who may not use a in front of a vowel or something like that. Also, there are people who may not know, who may not use things that you're supposed, words that you're supposed to use in front of a countable noun, uncountable noun. So many people have different use ways of expressing or speaking English. The objective is usage of English. We need to learn to speak in English, and then only we can be in a position to identify where did I fall wrong or correct, right. Yeah. So please write in your language, no internet language, no Google language, no parents help, but I want to see you as an English speaking person. Okay. But you have to write all this, no video, right? So write a poem, phrase, anything about English in 300 words. And I think the best way where we can, um, I should say, dedicate the World Language Day would be, God willing, when the school opens. And as you know, everybody knows that we are staging Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. So, and all the characters are given. The students have their dialogues. In fact, one of the students, she was asking me for the dialogue, and I still have to. I'll upload it today. And in case if you want to repeat the dialogues, if you want to know what are your characters, just let me know. You can send a message, and I'll just resend it. Yeah. So we are staging Romeo and Juliet in school when the school opens. Till that time, attempt any one of these out of these four questions. This is for class 10th A, 10th B, 8th A, and 8th B. Thank you.